So let's go ahead and get started. Just a quick little information about myself. I know we have some new people in here that I'm seeing their names that I'm not familiar with. So I do know that we do have some people that probably don't know who I am. My name is Randy Pertler. I was blessed enough to become the vice president of sales of 3 different publishing companies. That was after I left teaching and education. I was a teacher and coach, then into educational publishing, become the VP of sales. The reason I want to mention that is because 3 times in my career, my position was eliminated. 2 companies merged together. They only need 1 VP of sales. We get bought out by another company, their VP of sales stays on. And also I went through a massive downsize of the company I was with. They laid off 300 people, including myself and pretty much my whole staff. So even if you love what you're doing, think about that a little bit as far as real estate and maybe a backup plan, because I was so blessed that I did have a backup plan, something that I could fall back on. So I would encourage you to consider the same, that you can still do what you love, still doing your primary occupation and what you love to do in life. But real estate is a nice thing to be able to have for security for yourself and your family. I don't know how many real estate deals I've done. I always just say, listen, I'm sure it's over 100. I just thank God and praise God for every one of those deals. I had already done maybe 10 to 15 deals before I became part of this real estate investor training program. And that was a few years ago. And my business just really, really escalated after I got connected with this group, not only because of the education and training, but because of the networking and the community and the opportunities that will present to you. I also have done rental properties, wholesaling. I've been just about every type of real estate you can imagine. But I'm really kind of focusing right now to continue my real estate portfolio, my rental portfolio, I should say, but also flipping properties. I flipped as many as, was working at, I think, 9 rehabs at once. That was the max. That was quite difficult. Now I think I'm doing like 3 or 4 right now. So scaled down much, much smaller. And as I mentioned before, I do have my YouTube channel. I also am part of a national brokerage and looking to build a national brokerage team. I'm a deacon at my church in my spare time in case this is not keeping me busy enough. And my information there's down at the bottom there. Here's my personal email address and my personal cell phone number. I just ask that you don't call before 8 in the morning or after 8 at night. I'm available 12 hours a day for my team and for the people that I work with. So enough about me. Let's get into this a little bit further. Now, when I became a real estate investor, one of the things that I did, and I would very much encourage you to do, and that is to come up with a mission plan. Find out what type of real estate you're interested in. We call that your investor ID. What are your core beliefs in terms of giving back or education, training, this opportunity of real estate? Well, I'm not going to read that whole thing to you, but if I had to sum it up in 3 verses, these are the 3 verses that really mean a lot to me, and it's really at the core of my business. For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world but loses his soul? But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. And then the last one, after you become successful in real estate, remember this: for everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. So that's really at the core of my business, my real estate investing business, and how I like to conduct myself personally and professionally. So let's talk about this project. So I'm going to show you, here's a few of the before pictures, and I've got a few that are going to be in my walkthrough. I'll kind of show these back again as we go through that. But I do have some before pictures. I want to start the video in just a second on our walkthrough, but I want to give you some big picture numbers. And then when we come back at the end, if you want me to put this slide back up there, I will. So first of all, you guys seeing the slide? Okay, Jerry, I'm seeing you. Can you nod? It does have the purchase price on there. Okay, I didn't want to be talking about all these slides and then I get to the very end and say, Randy, you know what? Your slides never showed up. That would be the worst. So just kind of big picture, we did buy the house. It was a foreclosure. So it was foreclosed by the bank. So a lender actually owned the property. It was what they call an REO, real estate owned. And we negotiated, first we were negotiating around 160. And the asset manager, which is the person in charge of selling their real estate owned, was really, staying at his numbers about 160. And we just let the deal go. We thought, you know what, it's done. We're too far away. Then it comes back, and the person that had contacted us about the property came back and asked if we're still interested. We said yes, but we're not even going to pay the 160. So we started our negotiations back over again because they had a new asset manager. They took a fresh look at it, and we got the property for $142,500. So the rehab cost, and most of that, you got holding and rehab, but most of that is rehab. Holding is probably, of that, I didn't break it down before the presentation, but holding might be 15,000 of that. Everything else is rehab cost. And the estimated sales price, or the ARV, is 475. Now, a house just down the street, not even a block away, sold for 490. Yes, sold for 490, and it had a pool like this one, but it had an outdoor pool. So it's hard to evaluate indoor, outdoor pool in terms of the value, what's more valuable and how much more valuable is it. The other house was a little bit bigger, but it also wasn't completely rehabbed like ours. It wasn't all new like ours. So we've got a conservative value there of 475. It's in a golf course community. This house is right on the golf course. It's a country club golf course, and it's got the indoor swimming pool. And so I was able to fund this 100% with private money. So this is all funded by private money. People ask, can you really do real estate with no money and no credit? The answer is no, but it doesn't have to be your money or your credit. So someone's money and credit has to be in the deal, but not necessarily yours. And if you know what to do, if you can bring that to the partnership, that to the equation, that to the deal, then other people that may not have the knowledge, may not have the experience, may not have the time, will bring in the money to you to put the deal together. All right, so I'm going to stop this particular screen, and I'm going to start the video. So this is the walkthrough that I did today. And I will stop it at certain points, that probably after we do the kitchen, probably after I get through the kitchen and start to go upstairs, I'm going to stop it. So think of any questions that you might have as I'm running this video, okay? Just make sure I got my computer sound on. I do. And let me know, Jerry, let me know if for some reason you can't hear it, but it should be good to go.
Hi everyone, it's Randy Pertler back again. Thank God and praise God.
It's coming through
every day. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and also the little bell.
Bring up the volume though.
That way you'll get a notification every time I post a new video. So today we're going to get an update on one of the houses that I'm rehabbing. This is a house that we're rehabbing in the southern suburbs of Chicago. It's on a golf course, it has an indoor swimming pool. You might have seen other videos, but we got some more work done, and I'd like to share that work with you. So come on in. Okay, let's go on in. Here's the entryway. This is the foyer. This tile was already like this, so I didn't want to take it back out and replace it to tile. I try to look for things in the rehab that I can keep. I like to put in really nice light fixtures. I call them wow factors that go through the house. I try to get different areas where they're going to say, wow, look at that house. Look at this over here. There's another light fixture. Fairly inexpensive, but it can create a wow factor. So let's go on upstairs here. Oh, before we go up, I have a before picture. It's about on this angle right here. So you can see this is the after picture. Now we'll insert a before picture. Okay, let's continue our journey up. These hardwood floors were original, but we did have to do some repair work over in this area over here, little repair work over here, but they're all finished. And this, you can see that light is lined up right outside that, inside that window. so that you can see it from the outside. All this wainscoting was all painted. It was real dark wood, so it really pops when we do it with the white and the gray contrast. The crown molding was already there. Most of the can lights were there already. Here's the dining room. Again, the beautiful hardwood floors. We matched the chandelier of the dining room with the pendant lights here. Also the lights above the island, as well as another light over here by the refrigerator. So I want to take a good look at the dining room. Now, there was a wall here. So where this is open, this was a wall. There was just a regular size door opening right here. We opened that up wider and we took down to a half wall so that we've got this countertop overhang so that you can eat here at the bar. The way that the house was configured before is that area over there where the refrigerator is, that was a eat-in kitchen area, but I wanted to make the kitchen much larger, so opening this up allowed us to have really an eat-in kitchen still, but allowed us to expand the kitchen probably like another 6 to 8 feet over there. So here are quartz countertops. This is called, I believe this is called white crystal. You can see the sparkles in it with backsplash. These are European style cabinets, so you don't have to put any hardware on there. You just push it and it opens right up. So this is a very modern looking style. We decided to go with that, with the glass door up on top. Now you can't see it because it's so much natural light in here, but we have lights inside of those glass doors, those cabinets. You can see that green. So we got the green light on there right now. And in a minute here, I'll turn off the lights so maybe you can see it better and get a change of color. So here's a little different perspective. So this island ended right here, about right here, even with the window. And then this was the eat-in kitchen area underneath that, which was a kitchen light over the kitchen table. But what we did was we constructed and made this pantry, this whole wall a pantry, to be able to recess the refrigerator. That's a standard size refrigerator, 30 inches deep. So we brought the cabinets out to that level. This was a bigger opening here. We closed that off so that we could line up the cabinets there. Normally I don't like cutting off natural light, but as you can see, there's plenty of natural light. You've got the sliding glass door. You have the kitchen window there. Then you have all these skylights in here. So you can see we didn't have to worry about not having enough natural light. So look at the view here. So when you're doing dishes, you've got a view of the golf course. Beautiful view of the golf course. There's a little creek down in this area too. There was an enclosed porch. You'll get a better look at it over here. So this was an enclosed porch. You can see the roof over it. That was enclosed, but it wasn't in very good shape and it had a screen. It was difficult to see out. So this way, it really feels like you're right outside when you open this up. You've got all this patio. The house is big enough that we didn't need an enclosed porch with it. I want to enjoy the outside, enjoy the golf course, and this would be a great place. We'll just have to add our steps down here. Gonna do some nice steps there. And also, let me do this while I'm here. Before I do turn some of the lights off, I want to give a shot of before and after picture. So if I move about right here, you will get a before and after picture. Okay, now just for the fun of it, I know it's really light in here, so you're not going to see it too much, but I want to show you, now you can see the cabinet lighting a little bit more. I'm going to turn this light off here. Also, I will turn off one more light here, get it a little bit darker. Now you can get an idea. I'm going to try to insert a video where it shows it at night where those lights are on. So we can change different colors. Let's see, let me change this light over here. Let's see, that's red. That's difficult to see in this time of the day. There's purple. You can kind of get a feel for that a little bit. There's yellow. You can change these to yellow. That's yellow as well. There's that purple color. So anyway, I know there's a lot of, there's purple over there. So at night, it's really going to be a wow factor. It'd be really cool showing this property when it's a little bit darker. All right, let's head upstairs. This is 4 bedrooms.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there where we're at and catch some questions. I'll check chat while I think of it right now, just to see if we've got any questions in chat if you're shy. Beautiful clean lines and classy look. Thank you. Anybody, let's see, it was, what was the asking price? Did you find single? So Deborah's got a couple questions here. The asking price, well, I think it was at 180 or 190 was originally what it was on the market for. And the, like I say, we got it for what, 142.5 down from that. And what was the other question? A single funder? No, it's actually, there's multiple funders on this project. Private money lenders, but multiple funding. Let's see, refrigerator walls. See, the fridge wall are those cabinets also. Yeah, so where the refrigerator is, that's a pantry. We made that. Those are all cabinets. So I can't say they don't have enough cabinet space, right? What I didn't point out in the video, which I should have, because the appliances are still kind of protective. They still have cardboard and some protections on theirs, but that's kind of new. The new thing in appliances that is called black stainless steel. So those are black stainless steel, and it's also finger proof. So I love stainless steel, but if it's not finger proof, you know, every time someone touches it, you will have to clean it. There will be a lot of maintenance there. So it is called black stainless steel, and it is finger proof. Okay. Yeah, thank you about the cabinet. So I'm always trying to find out, see, to me, what's a killer to me, and it's probably just my, I don't know, my cheapness or whatever, but I have a hard time paying extra for a countertop depth refrigerator. A countertop depth refrigerator is probably 25% more, maybe even more, 30% more than a regular size refrigerator. Well, countertop depth refrigerator is a smaller refrigerator. So it kills me to pay more for less, right? It's just not part of my nature. So I'm always trying to think of a kitchen configuration where I can have the full size refrigerator. So my buyers can have the advantage of a full size refrigerator, but yet it looks sleek and it lines up to either the cabinets or a pantry. Now, sometimes you can recess the refrigerator into the wall behind it a little bit if it's cut out and you have that ability, what's behind that wall. But this one, we didn't have that ability. There's a bathroom that's right behind there. So we did not have that as a possibility. What are the lights in the glass cabinetry? Okay, so the lights, we did nothing fancy. The lights we have is just a neon rope light that's pretty inexpensive. It's more the cost of putting the electrical in there. Because each section needs its own electrical. So in that area, since the cabinets, the glass cabinets are in 3 different areas, we have 3 different outlets there that we have to plug into. But it's really inexpensive. I mean, they're like 20 bucks and they're, it's like a rope and they've got all the different colors. You can even have it do different colors, like Christmas colors going off and on and things like that. So it will be pretty cool when they have parties and stuff there in the evening. It'll show really well. All right. Anybody, I'm glad you want to ask the questions in the chat. That's fine. But if you do want to come off mute, that's fine as well. Just remember to go back on mute if you do ask your question. Okay. All right. Anything else before we jump and we're on our way upstairs? Are the lighted cabinets functional as cabinets? Oh yeah. So the lighted cabinets, now they're not, I mean, they're usable. How easy it is, I'm not saying that just because they're high. So how most people will use those glass cabinets at the top is they'll put some fancy like china or something that they want to highlight. Now they will open, they'll open like this. So they'll open up like a garage door opens. So they'll open like that. And some people might really want to decorate. They may have those cabinets open and have some really fancy things all around there. They can do that. They can do Christmas decorations, holiday decorations at different times of the year. But they open and you can put them in there. It's just, you probably need a little step stool. Most people are going to need a step stool to get up there because it's a 36-inch cabinet. See, the long cabinets are 42s. So this is a 36-inch cabinet, but then it's an additional 12 inches or because it adds up to 40. Let's see, it's 36. Yeah, I think it's a 36 and a 12. So it's like 48. So it's even bigger than a 42-inch cabinet, the way that it's designed. Good questions. Okay, let's continue on.
On this upstairs level, 2 full baths. So this is the common bathroom. Let me get a shot about right here so you can see. In fact, I'll go out a little bit so you can see a before picture, what this looked like before we did the rehab. We need to move these lights up a little bit. We want those up a little bit above the mirror, but those are the original lights. You'll see in the before picture, this tile was already there, but we just painted the color so it matches and beautifies the tile instead of the color that they had before. This is a laundry chute that goes down to the laundry room. And then here is the vent. We just turn that on here. We can actually change colors of the light. There's purple, a little hard to see there. There's blue, and that is actually a Bluetooth, so you can play music through there as you're soaking in the Whirlpool tub. This was already here, this Whirlpool tub, but we needed to do some repairs. We had to repair this top here. We just made it white so it blends. And then this side of it, the side panel was missing. So what I had them do is match that cabinet. So we use the same finish that's on that cabinet, and we put that same finish wood right there to make it look like it was meant to be. Then we've got the LED light in here. Now this did not have a shower. We did add a shower just in case they wanted to use it for a shower. There is 2 other showers in the house, so they may not use this as a shower. They may just use this when they want to soak in the Whirlpool tub. So let's continue our journey. We'll go down the hallway here. These again are beautiful hardwood floors. Now these bedrooms had carpet in them, so all this hardwood is new in here. New hardwood floors. That's an access to the attic. And then you've got the outside. These windows we didn't have to replace. We just had scrape paint fix a little bit, and we were able to salvage the windows. We put in the ceiling fans. So there you've got the ceiling fans in each one of the bedrooms. Let's go down the hallway. That was 1 bedroom. Here's a 2nd bedroom. You can see very spacious bedrooms, good sized closets in each one of them. And again, you've got the ceiling fan. They have a remote for the ceiling fan, so when they're laying in bed, they can turn it off, on. All right, here comes the 3rd bedroom. This bedroom is really good size. This is the biggest one other than the master, of course. You can see a shot of the remote right there for the ceiling fan. So you've got a ceiling fan up there. You've got a nice big closet area here. And then let's go on to the master. So here's the master. Again, we installed the ceiling fan. I believe I have a before shot of the master. And I think the shot's about like this. There's a little bit of the window in it, so maybe it's more like this. You can see, again, the ceiling fan there. Let me show a wide angle here. So walking through, this used to be a door here. I removed the door, made it just an opening. This used to be a vanity outside of the master bathroom. I understand the logic there, but you can see what I did on the inside. I wanted to make that larger. This we're going to keep open so they can put dressers. It'd be a great place for his and her dresser, or they can put in shelves. Going straight ahead here, this is the master closet. You can see how nice and big this is. Master closet. This is the laundry chute, so they can just put their laundry down there. We'll go down to the laundry room. Here is the master. The master was only to about right here, so I increased it by about 2 feet so that I can put a double sink vanity. You can see, check out the LED lights. So you just click on that, and that lights it up. Here's another one over here. Click on that, give you a perspective of how beautiful that looks. All right, and then we also have the lights above the sink. So you do have that as well, the vanity lights. Over here, we have the shower, master shower. We'll have glass doors installed there. Beautiful. And then you can see all these views that you have from the master, and really everything in the back of the house has the beautiful views of the golf course and the creek. So let me turn off these lights and let's go downstairs. Okay, as we walk down from...
All right, I'm going to stop it there since we had a little property tour of the upstairs and the bedrooms. Any questions about that? Let me check chat. Let me see if we've got anything more in chat here. Where'd it go? It's disappeared on me. There we go. Let's see.
It's just a beautiful house, Randy.
Oh, thank you.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful view too.
Yeah, you know, of course, the snow doesn't do it justice. But
Right.
the golf course, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. There's not many, and it's an acre and a half, and it
Wow.
backs up to, or the side of it. So this street is called Aberdeen. It winds along the golf course. So as the golf course winds, the street winds, and it's down, 2 miles down there. And I used to live right across the street from here. And the house next to this house, it's 1.5 acres of woods. So you have woods, you have a creek in the back, you've got the golf course, and some kind of famous people live in this neighborhood. Bernie Mac lived just down the street, short walk from this house until he passed away. His family still owns that house. If you're be a 70s, 80s music fan, Styx, the lead singer from Styx, Dennis DeYoung, lived right around the corner, and he had a sound studio. He's got an indoor swimming pool there. So it's a pretty cool, I really love this subdivision. It's really nice. It's, very friendly, family friendly, and kids and stuff. So anyway, yeah, let's see some questions we've got. The laundry chute, master, thank you. Let's see, create a shower it says, can you create a steam shower if the buyer wanted to install in the master bedroom? I've never done a steam shower before. We'd have to get a little creative. One way to do it would be probably maybe take some of that master closet out and have a master closet along the other wall. Or a closet along the other wall. So I've done that before, where the entire wall is a closet. Now it's not a walk-in closet, but it's a closet on the entire wall. You could use a lot of that. That'd be the ideal location because you've got water sources right there. It backs up to the common bathroom. You got the master bathroom, and it could be done probably pretty easy if that's what they wanted to do, or if they just wanted to convert the current shower. Let's see, a popular request. Yeah, for the right price, it's what I always tell the buyers. Hey, for the right price, anything can be done, right? Make an offer. Tell me what you want. All right, anybody else? Any other questions or comments about the upstairs? All right, let's continue our tour.
The kitchen, a half a flight of stairs, we have a common bathroom. So this bathroom, turn on the lights here. So this bathroom, it was here, and now we just update everything. We didn't change out the tile because the tile was in great shape. I thought if we just complemented the tile with a more modern tile in the shower and a more modern vanity, that the floor wouldn't be a negative in any way. Probably won't even notice it. So this is the shower. You've got the custom tile on the floor. Again, we have the same lights overhead. And again, we have the same thing with this LED light in here that you can have Bluetooth on. All right, so let's continue on. Next to that bathroom is the laundry room. So here's the laundry room, very nice. Remember the laundry chute we were talking about? There's the laundry chute that comes from the upstairs bedrooms. So the washer and dryer hook up right here. They have a nice little closet. You can see ceramic tile floor. They have a nice little closet for all their laundry or to hang up the clothes that are cleaned and ready to be transported back to their bedrooms. Oh, also I should mention this has a central vac system. I'm going to show it in the basement, but I'll show it to you right now. This needs to be capped, but you just plug in the vacuum to that anywhere in the house, and you have a central vac system. So let's go to the basement. We just put in these new stairs, so believe me, it was a lot nicer. These are a lot nicer than what was in here prior to that. They were carpeted stairs at one time, I believe. We tore those out, put in new risers, and just looks beautiful. Stained it the same color as the rest of the house. So, and here, we've got a lot of furniture stored. May do this as a short-term rental, so that was what that option was all about. So look at this. These were poles. You know how ugly the poles usually are, metal poles that support. Look how beautiful that is. I'm hoping that you can see it really well. Let me get a little closer with that. There we go. Anyway, you can see it a little bit better there. So that is beautiful. That's the same hardwood, the same stain color as those steps and also the hardwood floors upstairs. So now instead of maybe an ugly portion of the basement, it's now a beautiful piece that you can highlight. And the floor stopped right here. This room stopped, I should say, right here, and so did the floor. I wanted to make it bigger, but I didn't want to have to tear all this floor up to match it another foot or so. So I had them put this in here so that they can put the TV, stereo, video games, whatever, all on that wall, and it's recessed in, and it will make this room look a lot bigger because you don't have to have anything on this side of the wall. It all is pushed back into that wall. This is kind of your typical storage for a basement storage. Here, it does have a washer and dryer hookup there, so if you ever decide to move the washer and dryer down here, have an extra one. That's the central vac system that I was talking about. So that is working. That is actually they had a pump for their sprinkler system so they can really pump their own water for their sprinkler and not be charged for the city. But that's disconnected. We're gonna leave it there in case somebody wants to do it. Of course, that's a sump pump in the basement. There's another sump pump on the other side of the basement. Here we put in, we enclosed this. This was open and didn't obviously look that nice. Now we enclosed it so it looks much nicer down here. This is 2 furnaces, 2 new high efficiency furnaces. You can tell it's high efficiency because you have PVC coming out of there for the exhaust and not, a metal vent. So it has 2 new air conditioners, 2 new furnaces, and it has a 3rd furnace in the pool, which we'll see in a little while. All right, so let's continue our journey upstairs, and we're gonna go and continue out into the pool room. So let's go on upstairs. Before we get to the pool room here, you'll see that there is a little family room here. It's a bit cluttered with working materials, but you can see all the windows, all the views that you have of the golf course going through that way. We've got a fireplace here. This was really dark wood, dark paneled wood, and we wanted to lighten up so that the fireplace would pop. The fireplace is a little bit hidden, of course, with all everything stored on top of it and everything, but that'll be much nicer. I'll show you a view. We do have a before picture taken from about right here, so you can see what a big difference, just changing of the paint color and having that fireplace pop, what a big difference that will make. So right here is the entryway to the pool.
Okay, why don't I stop it right there until we get, we're about to enter the pool. We're almost done walking through the house. But any questions, since we just tackled a couple things, the basement in particular, we tackled that. I didn't go through the garage. The garage's got a lot of storage. It's a typical 2-car garage. Any questions about the basements or comments? We did the common bathroom, the laundry room, And now that little, another family room, really, you've got that family room down in the basement. You've got one there that has windows all the way across looking at the golf course. I'll check to see if I've got anything in chat. Let's see here. All right. How did you cover those poles? I'm glad you asked. I'm actually quite proud of this, finding this just a couple years ago. So, hopefully you can relate. I mean, it's usually the metal post. And it's like, it's a support. Now, some people drywall around it, but then it has to get a little bit bigger. So this is at Home Depot. It's like, so that one pole, probably all the materials, just the materials, labor's not much, just the materials. I think the pole is like, I don't know, might be $30. And then the caps that are going top and back might be another $30, $40. So let's say $70, and then the stain, and that's it. And what it is it's small strips of wood, and it's flexible because it's like a little string in between it, and it just wraps right around that pole. And you get it, they carry two sizes. It just wraps right around that pole, and it's pretty easy. I don't know how they fastened it on. I don't know if did you glue or just tied it together. And then those caps, they come in a kit. You caps, and you put them on. And I've been using them now in basements for quite a while. One time, a fairly recent house I had, it had a pole like that, but the bottom of it had, the concrete was kind of up, and it wasn't just flat with the pole on top of it. It actually kind of came up a little way. So what I did was I boxed in a little bit and drywalled the box up. So that was maybe, above the floor. It might have been like 3 feet. So I didn't want them to trip. And then that post was on top of it. So it really looked like a pillar, something that, you'd see in Rome or something. So that was another way to do it. But it's just a little real inexpensive way to make it look much, much nicer. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. All right. Let's enter the pool. Let's go. You guys ready for a swim? Let's go for it.
There was let me get a little different. So this opening right here had sliding glass doors. We'll return that so that you don't get all that smell of the chlorine, as well as if the kids are in there playing, screaming, it's not going right into the house. So this is
I'm going to stop this right here. I didn't mention this, but over here to my left is it's hooked up for a sink. There was a sink there at one time. We actually might put those kitchen cabinets you saw in there. We actually might do a sink, base cabinet, and then an opening for a mini refrigerator, and then cabinets above. So they have wall cabinets. Think about it. I mean, you could have a party there. You don't have to go in and out of the house, get everything, get wet, whatever. Everything would be right there. Soft drinks only in that refrigerator. That will be restricted. Okay. Let's go. We'll continue.
Floor that we need to finish. We've got a couple options there that we're considering doing. And that's the swimming pool. It's about 8 feet deep in the center there. That is a connected hot tub. So they don't have to buy another hot tub. It's right built in to the pool. And then this is a waterfall. So when that gets working, there'll actually be water coming down from that. Will be pumped up to the top. Will be running down that wall. So you'll have a waterfall right there. We do have some issues with the pool that we're taking care of in terms of repair and everything, but we're hopefully getting very close to getting that resolved. So I'm going to walk through there. You can see the built-in stairs. Look at the windows all the way across here. So you have views when you're in the pool. You'll be able to open these doors up, sliding doors if you'd like, and make a feel for an outside. Let me give you a little shot here. We've got some people contractors still working there. Here is the pool room off of the pool here that's got the mechanicals in. So you've got the heater. It's a heated swimming pool. This area back here has its own furnace. So then back here, really nice feature is the bathroom. So they don't have all wet bathing suits. They don't have to go into the house if they have to use the restroom. So you've got a half bath back here, where it's painting it, fixing it up a little bit. And then over here is a sauna. So you have a sauna in here that you can hang out and relax, and then go swimming, and then come back here in the sauna. So look at it. This is beautiful. And this was already here, so we're just cleaning it up and making sure that everything works properly. Okay, everyone, that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm back here in the sauna, so look at it. This
I'm gonna
is
turn this
beautiful.
off. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing the screen unless someone's got a question or want me to backtrack. But let me stop sharing that screen. Uh,
How big is the house? How many square feet is this?
That's a great question. It's surprising that I don't know that right offhand. Because of the pool is, we measured it. Let's see, the pool's 55 by, was it 55 by 30? And so, 50 by 30 alone is like 1,500, right? So the pool alone is 1,500, not counting the rest of the house. So it's probably like 4,500. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, look, obviously I'll have to know that before we list it. And market, but yeah, I
Yeah,
think
it's a
so.
big house.
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else? Any other questions? Let me just check here if we've got uh, anybody in the chat that I didn't see. Let's see. Does the pool room have special venting? Oh, good question. Yes, that pool room that's got and I didn't go into a lot of details on it. Again, I just recorded it today, but you saw that the pool has a heater that's in there, and that's gas. Also, there's a furnace in there, and that's gas. It also has and I'm kind of new to this. I've never seen this before, but there is a vent there. Number one, of course, it's vented at like any furnace would be going up the roof, but also there's a vent in that room that's electronic, that's hooked up to the furnace. And every time when that furnace kicks on, there's these louvers, these louvers move and they open up automatically. And then when the furnace shuts down, it closes. I've never seen anything like that before, but those are a couple things that they have for the ventilation. But I wouldn't have even thought of that. So Deborah, smart question that you even thought that it might require special ventilation, and it does. And you didn't see it on the doors. We probably have to put it on the pool doors, although it wasn't there originally. I know on the furnace doors that we've enclosed there, you have to have a certain amount of ventilation on the doors that are enclosing your furnace. So I think we had, because I told the contractor to do it. I don't know if you put it on the doors behind, underneath, or above, but just like where there's two furnaces, for an example, that will have to have vented doors or vents in the walls as well. Good question. All right. Anybody else? Any other question? What time have we got here? I want to try to keep it under an hour. What I'd like to do is just show you a few pictures of just some other projects, some just quick before and after pictures. I'm going to share that screen.
I have just a real quick question on this one.
Sure.
How long was the process, the rehab process? I know you're not completely done, but
Yeah.
what would from start to finish?
Yeah. Let me give you the general answer. Way too long. All right. So
Okay.
sometimes I make the mistake of having a contractor that I've used before. I give him a little bit more than he can chew. So he was doing this project and another one, and I stretched him too much. So this project, I'll tell you what it should take. Normally, if you've got a designated contractor that's only working on this project, or they have the staff and ability to do much more. I mean, this should be about because the village did not, we didn't have to get permits for the village on any of the work. So that's really, well, I shouldn't say that. We did have to get a couple permits. We put a new roof on. Yeah, there was small permits, but we didn't have to submit architectural drawings or anything like that, like my normal rehabs. So since we didn't have to wait that long for permits or anything, this really should probably take about 6 months, 9 months at the longest. But we started this project, stopped it, did another one, started it, and now we're really down to just pretty much the pool and a couple little things. So we've been on this project for over a year, but it hasn't been a year of work. It's like 6 months of work. But I've had this contractor on other things. He also does my rental properties. He does a lot of work on my rental properties. So I knew that was a sacrifice. And this one, I don't have other general partners with, like a lot of times don't have in my LLC. This one is really private money lenders, and they kind of like the idea that it's taken a while because they're racking up their interest. It's not good for me, but it's pretty good for them. So it's been over a year, but it really should be a 6-month project. I want to show you some before and after right now, just real quick. This I think will be helpful. I think you'll find this interesting. That slide. So here's another project. This one is in Bronzeville that we did. Basically gutted it and moved some things around. There's kind of the same shots that you see, the fireplace. Open that up. So a lot of things that I do is I'm trying to update. So I provide new housing in areas where there's not any new houses, right? So this is in Bronzeville. There's no real lots to build on or anything like this. So this is an older townhouse where it's right, the walls are shared with the other properties, but this is like brand new. It's like if you want to live in Bronzeville in a brand new house, I'm your guy, right? So the other thing that I do is what's called forced appreciation. So a lot of times I'm finishing basements, adding bathrooms, and that forces the appreciation. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to fix it up and hope the price goes up. No, it's going to appraise for higher. I always tell people, we got to think like an appraiser. Appraiser's going to look at the square footage. If I'm finishing the basement, that's more finished square footage. If I'm adding bathrooms, that's more, bathrooms. They'll have look, and when they do comps, it'll be based on bedrooms and bathrooms. And I'm always trying to add those. So here's just a couple before and after pictures that I think here's a typical basement. There's a typical basement right there on the left. And now it looks like the picture on the right. There's one of those posts, and that post actually had to be replaced because you can see that's actually temporary. That's not even supposed to be used like that. It's one that they use to jack it up, but then that's supposed to be replaced. So boiler system, a lot of times we're taking off boiler systems and putting in central forced air systems. And the reason we do that, boiler systems are great. They're very efficient heat. It's the most efficient heat that you'll ever have. The problem is, what are you going to do with central air? I want to get the top dollar in a market. You're not going to get top dollar without central air. So in order to get central air, I need to put a boiler. I take out the boiler system, put in a new furnace, or have a boiler and a air blower, which is like another furnace in it, which is not a real efficient way to do it. Let's see, what did we have here? It looked like there was another question. Got a couple people in the room here. Let's see. Does the pool? No. What is a boiler system? Okay, so as far as the heating system of your house, there's really two primary systems. One's called forced air, so it's gas or electric, and it heats up the air, and the air is then blown through a fan system, basically blown into the vents and then out of the openings in the vent that heat your house. A boiler actually heats up water inside pipes. So it's an enclosed system. It's not open air. It's an enclosed system that has water going through the pipes, and it heats up the water in those pipes. And then that pipe heats up your house. And what's more efficient about it, one of the reasons why people like it, I should say, is because one, it's more efficient, doesn't cost as much. And the other thing, like when it turns off, like when your boiler turns off and the gas is turned off and there's no flame in there, that hot water stays in those pipes for a lot longer than that air that just comes out and maybe cools off quicker. The other thing people like about it is that air can really take a lot of, in the winter, takes all the moisture out of the air, and you got dry skin, and you got to put a humidifier in your house. This system does not do that. It doesn't dry out the air like that. So Valerie, hopefully that answers your question. All right. Let me just do a couple quick, here a lot of times we're doing bungalows, changing those out, adding stairs to what used to be an attic. This is the whole kitchen. A lot of these older homes, they had very small kitchens. So making large kitchens is a big added value, right? So that was a small kitchen before. Now it's a nice large kitchen. Put in a lot of showers here. We put it with benches. There's again, now here's where before I found the little wraps, this one I did a while ago. And before we had those wraps, I found those wraps. See how the other way to do it is those columns and they're drywalled. I would have done the wraps if I had known about it at this time. There's another shower with a bench. So that's an attic. A lot of times I'm finishing attic. So that's the same shot. That's an attic in a bungalow, unusable square footage. Now look at it. I added like 900 square feet to this house just by finishing the attic. That's the same shot right there. There's a bathroom in that attic. There's one in Evergreen Park. I just want to show you this because normally I don't stage, but I do virtual stage once in a while. That's virtual staging right there. So that furniture is not in there, but it looks like it's in there, right? So to me, virtual staging is kind of the best of both worlds because they can see online what it would look like furnished, but then when they come in the house, they can see it open and how big the rooms are. So that's virtual staging. I've got a few more. There's some before. See how we knocked down that wall, just kind of like we did in the house I just showed you. We knocked down a half wall and then we put a bar, so it's an eat-in kitchen. There's another virtual staged. There's again, from the other view, knocking out that wall, what a difference it made. See what I did over here? Same thing with the pantry. Now, those were actually pantries. I didn't have to put it together. That's designed as a pantry. But again, it allowed me to do a regular size a refrigerator and build a pantry around it. There's a master bathroom, shower, virtual stage. All right. So in addition to having deals funded through private money, private lenders, the other way I do is equity partners. And most of my projects are really probably a combination of both. Established as an equity partner, and if we need more funds to finish a deal or to do two deals at the same time, to bring in private money. But this is taught in the training classes. So if you're on this as a guest and looking at this, get with the person that invited you. They can explain the training courses that we have. And, okay, so there's my contact information. Any last questions? I will check chat one more time just to see if we have anything. Who does your virtual staging? So there's many of the photographers now that will do photography for professional pictures. So if you just go to Google and say, real estate pictures or real estate photographs of real estate. If you whoever you're doing the professional pictures, and I've used a couple different people, some I've been more happier than with others, but a lot of the photographers now will offer that as a service, especially if they kind of specialize in the real estate arena and that's their primary market. You can ask them, and it's not expensive. You might pay $20 per photo that's photoshopped or that's virtual staged. Might be $20 to $50 at the very most. And usually you don't do every photograph. You usually do, the master, maybe the living room, a couple other rooms in the house, and that's about it. So good question. All right. Anything else? Okay.
Thank you so much, Randy. This is awesome. Beautiful
Okay.
house.
All right. Thanks for joining me, everyone.
See you tomorrow at the intensive.
Yeah, I will. All right, everybody, you guys have a blessed evening, and I hope to see you at another event soon. And show me some love. Please sign up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right. It's just youtube.com/Randy Pertler, and a recording of this will probably be there within a day. All right. Take care, everybody. God bless. Bye-bye.